Did you know that Godzilla holds the Guinness World Record for the longest continuously running movie franchise of all time? That's right, Tony Stark and Thanos' little beef is playground nonsense compared to that of Godzilla and Mothra. In fact, from its birthplace in Japan, the Godzilla franchise has grown to encompass a whopping 36 movies and counting. And trust me, I mean and counting. No. Wait. Its influence stretches across borders. But there seems to be one uniquely American-shaped border that hasn't been able to hone in on the true power of Godzilla, quite like Toho just did with Godzilla -1. So Toho Company, the Japanese originators of Godzilla, have a unique approach to sequels. I mean, in Tony Stark contrast to that of the sequel-saturated Hollywood, Toho believes in the power of quality, creativity, and patience. Imagine that. But following the roaring success of Godzilla -1, which just grossed over $70 million globally, by the way, we're now all on the edge of our seat, waiting for the announcement of what's to be a very obvious sequel, right? I mean, movie made money, money made movie. That's how it goes. Wait, what? I'm just hearing now that in a GQ Japan article, Toho executive Minimi Ichikawa has made a declaration to quell the anticipation for the sequel movie, saying that they are in no rush to produce one. But money make movie make money, right? Oddly enough for Toho, the secret recipe for a successful film isn't just about capitalizing on momentum. It's about ensuring that the sequel is built on a solid foundation of excellent ideas, a great script, a fantastic director, and the proper cast. Which makes absolutely no sense to me because money isn't mentioned anywhere on that list, but I think Toho might know something that Hollywood doesn't. That sequel fatigue is becoming prevalent among audiences worldwide. They understand that the key to a sequel success isn't in its speed of production, but in its ability to tell a fresh and compelling story and expand on the original in meaningful ways. Look, this approach may not guarantee immediate financial gain, but what it does do is ensure long-term sustainability and a fan base that will appreciate the thought and effort put into each and every film. Honestly, Toho's approach is a breath of fresh air in an industry dominated by quick turnarounds and franchise fatigue. They're not just selling tickets, they're building worlds, crafting stories, and keeping the magic of cinema alive. It's a bold approach that prioritizes artistic integrity over commercial success, and honestly, it's one that American companies might do well to consider. So Toho prioritizes taking their time with the sequel, but what about Hollywood? You see, over here on the other side of the Pacific, Hollywood has had a different approach to sequels, or maybe approach isn't the right word. How do you say lifeless, soulless, greedy, unoriginal, AI-generated assembly line work? Damn! You see, around these parts, a movie finds success, and before the popcorn is even cooled, plans of a sequel or even a full-blown franchise are already on the table. You see, a prime example of this trend is the MonsterVerse, one of the greatest cinematic universes to ever come across the screens, revolving around Godzilla and King Kong. It's a cinematic merry-go-round of sometimes good and sometimes bad CGI. Oh God, no, please no. Where did my hat? Okay. Anyways, but where was I? It's a cinematic merry-go-round of sometimes good, sometimes bad CGI, skyscrapers, and reptilian roars. I mean, let's take the most recent Godzilla vs. Kong, for instance. Hollywood is already teasing us with the new trailer for the next installment of the MonsterVerse, Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire. And as we all know from the trailer, it looks just absolutely excellent and totally doesn't besmirch the original source material or take a big doo-doo poo-poo crap on Toho's interpretation of Godzilla and not totally But as we all know, say it with me now, come on, movie made money, money make movie, yay! However, though, even though movies make money, as we all know, this sequel train isn't without its drawbacks. The rush to capitalize on success often leads to a stifling in creativity. When every film is seen as a potential stepping stone or a cinematic universe instead of a piece of art within itself, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. Directors, writers, and actors may find their creative wings clipped and their ideas molded to fit within the confines of a franchise-friendly narrative. Moreover, there's the risk of oversaturation. No, not this type of oversaturation. When sequels are churned out with such rapidity, it's easy for audiences to feel overwhelmed or even bored. I mean, the novelty of a new installment wears off when it's the 4th, 5th, or 32nd installment in a new franchise. I'm looking at you, Marvel. So while Hollywood rushes to cash in on its success and Toho Company prefers to take its time, it's worth asking which approach will prove more sustainable in the long run, and more importantly, which is better for the art of filmmaking. The American movie industry has been seeing a steady decline in earnings, and this could be contributed to a number of factors. But one important factor, though, is Hollywood's unrelenting focus on profit over creativity. I mean, do we have to look any further than the Marvels? Or perhaps we should take a look at Ant-Man Quantumania, or perhaps Secret Invasion. What about Kung Fu Panda 4, which just got announced? Okay, look, real quick, I don't want to hear any Kung Fu Panda slander because Kung Fu Panda, as we all know, is goated. But can we please stop making sequels? Life is fleeting and futile, and that's what makes it beautiful. There's beauty in that it ends, but we'll never get something that ends if these franchises and these universes just keep going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And on the other hand, foreign films are experiencing a surge in popularity, especially in the United States. But why is this happening, you might ask? Well, one reason is that these films are often a refreshing change from the usual Hollywood fare. You see, foreign filmmakers are actually given the liberty to express themselves more freely, to take risks, and to create art. Yes, art. Remember when movies were seen as a form of art and not just a money-making machine? In my opinion, it's time Hollywood took a page out of Toho Company's playbook. Not every movie has to be a sprawling cinematic universe or a mega blockbuster. The magic of cinema lies in its diversity, in its unique perspectives, and the stories that each film can bring to the table despite their budget or their box office ambitions. There is a need to trust filmmakers, to allow them the freedom to express their creative vision without the pressure of creating the next billion-dollar franchise. It's about striking the balance between commercial viability and creative integrity. The success of Godzilla -1 is a potent reminder that it is not about quantity, but about quality, and that is the key. It's not about churning out sequels at a breakneck speed, but about investing the time and effort into developing stories, developing characters, and delivering a cinematic experience that will resonate with audiences long after they've left the theater. It's about remembering that at its core, filmmaking is an art. If Hollywood would just take a step back, loosen its grip on the reins, and let their directors, writers, actors, breathe and take risks, experiment, we could see a resurgence in American cinema and its originality and creativity like we did back in the 70s and the early 2000s. We need a shift from blockbusters into a more diverse and thought-provoking filmmaking experience that could even push the boundaries of storytelling. So let's hope that in the future, Hollywood will prioritize creativity over commercialism, art over profit, and stories over sequels. Because at the end of the day, movies are more than just profit. They're about telling stories, exploring ideas, and creating art. So there you have it, two giants literally in the movie industry and two very different approaches to sequels. On one hand, we have Toho, who prioritizes creativity and taking their time, and then we have Hollywood, who loves money. Now, you guys know where I stand based on the video, but let me know if I'm right, if I'm wrong, maybe it's not so black and white. Leave your comment down below. I'd love to talk to you about it. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you around next time.